and turn it around. Your legs, my bed, they be hanging around. I would try to find a reason just to fly you in town. Keep your money in your t-shirt and your head in the clouds. Plane crashes, fire hanging over us. Tiny dances moving over all the dust. Bad bands to lead into the hanging up. Black tears, they keep bleeding through your cover up. I'll take the shade, your castaway, your saving grace, your favorite hate. I've made mistakes, but ain't it great? I burn the whole world down to get near you. Petrified by your eyes in the heat of LA. Energized by the tides with my head in the shade. Terrified by the time, cause I need you to stay. Bring me life by your side and I'll give you your way. I set my head needs to turn it around. Your legs, my bed, they be hanging around. I will try to find a reason just to fly you in town. Keep your money in your t-shirt and your head in the clouds.
I just feel the power is right. Growing up so waste that time. So I think I run away. Thinking about every day.
I guess I don't keep on living how I did before. Every day just waking up feels like I'm at war. Every time I turn a page, I'm scared of what's in store. Oh.
The Morning Fix live radio show will begin shortly. For your best news coverage and commentary, tune in daily at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on The Morning Fix. The Morning Fix live radio show will begin shortly.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Fix. It is 10:09 Eastern Standard Time, November 2nd, 2022. It is a beautiful 60 degrees. There's not a cloud in sight here in New York City, and we're having a great time so far. I wish it was a little colder, but we have somebody who's dealing with the cold and the elements, and that's Keisha. Keisha, good morning. How are we?
Oh, now you want to say good morning to me?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Fine.
All right. Weak.
It is a little chilly here.
I was on that live. You saw me on the live yesterday, right? With our good friend Snacks, the fisherman.
I did.
I was blocked. I was muted, I should say, not blocked. I was muted because I kept saying static W, static for the win, static is the champ, the GOAT. And it was apparently triggering to Snacks the fisherman. And I guess, He said he wanted me to get into the box. I don't know what for. Maybe we should invite Snacks the fisherman on this show. What do you think? He won't.
Sure.
He won't last 2 seconds. He'll probably get all mad and screaming and probably have high blood pressure.
Yeah. Well, he apparently had a live last night. I got several text messages about it. Marcus called me at around
Was it like
11:45
warm and
midnight.
fuzzy?
Yeah, like Marcus called me like 11:45 midnight. And he was talking mad shit about us. Marcus got in the box and defended us, and he didn't like that too much.
He didn't.
Nah, he told Marcus, yeah, you stop fucking with me because of them, because of Keisha. I got a
Oh, it's
lot of power.
all because of Keisha.
Mm, mm. So apparently
it's
I got that
it's
pull.
it's only because of Keisha, huh? Well, you know what?
Apparently.
For those who do watch us and apparently records us, right? Apparently,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
if
yeah,
you
we're
do
being
watch
recorded.
us, whatever,
Being
just
recorded.
send it over to Snacks the Fisherman. If he gets into the chat right now or anytime in the future, I'll have him come in. I promise you guys, it won't go anywhere. The conversation is probably going to be null and void because he doesn't know how to use these things. They're called ears.
Yeah.
And when
So
someone
we're just
tells
gonna
you
no, no, no. Let's just say this
event
for those
session,
of
maybe.
you who come to our space to record our lives or whatever to take back to him, you're a bitch.
No, I don't care.
I care.
I
Stop
don't.
the
You know why
drama.
I don't. You know why I don't
Stop.
care.
No, stop the drama. It's not that serious. He doesn't care about you. You're not his friend. He's going to use you until he can't use you anymore, until you piss him off, and then he will cross you the same way that he crossed us, the very people he called family. Go fuck yourself.
I mean, I don't care if you record it. That helps us out. Spread it out too. Cast it over to everybody that disagrees with us too. Maybe we even entertain having Rainy on the show. We should have Rainy here.
No, we
Maybe
shouldn't.
get some box wine for her.
No, we
As
shouldn't.
a welcoming gift or whatever.
I said what I
Where are
said.
our manners? Where are our manners? Let's say good morning to everybody. Good
Morning.
morning, AJ. AJ,
Good
wow, AJ was
morning.
the first one to message this morning. Look at that.
Good morning.
True. How you doing? Good morning.
Good morning.
Brian,
Rainy is my
Christina,
TV. Good morning. Good morning.
Kai. Kai is always here. Ronnie. Ronnie was at the night show and is at the morning show. Wow. Let's give it up. Oh, good job. Wow. We have Katie. Katie was here last night. By the way, we had a great show last night. Keisha, I don't know if you felt the same way. I felt good. I
Sure.
felt great.
Sure.
What do you mean sure? What do you mean sure?
I'm
What
I'm
what, what
I'm
happened?
not I'm not
What
being nice to
happened?
you. I'm not being nice to you.
Why?
You limited all of our interactions yesterday. We did not even have any moments to collaborate, go over things. You just ignored me this morning when I came into the
Stop it.
studio.
Stop it.
I'm just saying. So it's cool though. I mean, I'm sure you're going through something emotionally. I understand.
We have Kathy. Good morning. Kathy's here. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
It's the morning fix, y'all. That's right. Thank
Good
you. We have
morning.
Lynn. Lynn has been consistently coming by and saying hello.
Good morning.
Whitney was on late. I don't know how Whitney does this. Like she can be on all night and still like have energy to sit and entertain us. That's great.
Good morning.
Oh, Christina, now, Christina. You're supposed to be the nice one, and Keisha's supposed to be the fiery one. Remember.
Mhm.
All right. We have who else we have here? I think that's it. We have our usuals. And anyone who is new, everyone in the chat, please just if you spot a new name that we haven't seen before, just admonish them and just say, hey, welcome to the morning fix, right, Keisha?
Yes,
Yeah, why
absolutely.
not? Why not? But back to the nonsense of Snacks the Fisherman. I think we've already explained this. I think the problem is that this person just clearly doesn't want to listen. And AJ made it very clear himself as well that the time for listening is gone because he just continues to step over the boundary, continues to step over the line. Perhaps why he lose friends. That's probably why he lose friends and quote unquote family. I don't throw around that term loosely. I don't throw around family loosely. I don't throw around love. Those are two things I
Sure.
don't throw around.
Sure. I don't really care. I've done nothing to him.
Are you sure you
And
didn't do anything to him? You
I'm positive.
sure?
I'm
Are you
absolutely
sure?
positive.
You're the one that got away. You did something to him.
Anyways, so with that being
Okay.
said, I don't really care. It's not like I'm ready to like fight or whatever. It's just there's no point in going into people's lives and disrupting the entire life to talk about us when there's nothing to talk about other than we let Kiki in the box, whatever that means. So, I mean, if he has
We
something,
could have him and Kiki go at it.
well, if
And
he has something to say, I mean, before he's sent to the official block party, um, he's welcome to come and say it.
he's the definition of hide your kids, hide your wife. She said, "Look at that." Wow,
Yeah.
Christina came in hot. She came in hot.
Yeah.
Send this to Snacks the Fisherman. So it's very clear. Everyone could record this right here. It's AJ and us, the
Oh,
trifecta. It says send
here,
this.
here. You guys want one better? I'll send it to him.
Yeah, send it to him. Send him a text. Say, hey, Snacks, if you want to air it out, we'll give you event time because we know there's no possible way we can talk to you. Because all you do is like what Kiki says. Even Kiki says all he does is yell and scream. I'm like, yeah, Kiki. I mean, everybody's always said that, you know.
Hold on.
The other person that I'm curious about, and I don't understand why there's any contention. I guess maybe we were a little too forthcoming, perhaps, and that is the character of Lumberjack. Why has he now cowered away and not, address some of these issues? Right? He says he wants to be the middleman, but if you're going to be the middleman, you got to know how to
Because
mitigate
he
through this.
doesn't want to.
You got to be pivot and shift, right, Keisha? Pivot and shift. So
Yeah.
I'm just curious as to what
I'm not
role are
even
we
worried about
playing?
him. Like that's neither here nor there.
Why you're not worried about Frank? What's wrong?
Who cares? He's not talking shit. He's just doing him. So I don't care. Be quiet. Do you, boo? I don't care. It is what it is.
But if he's going to play the middleman, pivot
He
and
says he
shift.
doesn't want to be in the middle.
Oh, he doesn't want to be in the middle.
No. Cool. I mean,
Oh,
I
okay.
it's whatever.
Got it. All right. So if he doesn't want to be in the middle, then I'm not mad at it. Then
I sent the text.
you know what I'm saying?
I sent the
So
text.
what was said? What was said apparently? What was said about you that we haven't heard already?
About what? When last night?
Yeah, you ride
No, he was
static
talking
stick.
about
What else?
we were talking about it all last night. I don't know. Marcus called me. He just said that he went in somebody's live. I got a
Where's
couple text
Marcus?
messages. I don't know. I got a couple text messages that said that he was Linux. I guess it was Linux live. It was late last night. I mean, these people think I live on TikTok, but I give two fucks. And apparently,
You don't
we
live
don't
on
let
TikTok?
no, we wouldn't let him in the box. We won't let him in the box because he's speaking truth. Um, I don't know what truth he's speaking because we're not talking about you. You're not. So I don't know.
I mean, we got one better. We got one better. He can come here. We can be comfortable and don't have to worry about
Well, I
community
mean,
guidelines.
it's always fuck you, Keisha. So I mean, it's whatever. I mean, apparently these people think I give a fuck. If you haven't figured it out by now, I don't.
Is your
If
oh
your name
hold
isn't
on,
Christina, I don't.
hold on to your blood pressure. Hold on, girl. Hold on.
No, the shit is played. The shit is played. You know why are you going in people's lives that like? And Marcus just basically said they're not here to defend themselves. So why are you talking about them?
But I don't really. Who cares about defense? What's the defense need? There's no defense needed. When I'm in the live, when he said what he said, I have recordings. I know the truth about you, Mach. And I said, okay, where's the recordings? Play it. I'm curious. I don't know
Recordings.
what you're talking about because we're going to have to address the issue. The issue is that you don't listen and you don't have respect. Period. Keisha has her issue. I have my issue. AJ has his issue. It's
Okay, but here's the
individual.
thing.
It's not
Okay, but
collective.
here's the
It's not
thing.
it's not a uniform collective issue,
Okay,
right?
okay, check it out here. Here's the thing.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
I've had an issue with snacks for a very long time.
What do you mean very
There was
long
a
time?
time, it's probably
Uh-oh.
been almost a year, There was a
Really?
time, yeah, there was a time that Snacks was blocked from me. He couldn't talk to me, he couldn't contact me, he couldn't reach out to me. He was
Why?
completely blocked,
What did
okay?
he
But
do?
the level of disrespect is real, okay?
How much
So,
disrespect?
a lot. If I'm
Okay.
blocking
Mhm.
you, you got me
Can we get
fucked
a
up.
number? Can we get a, like, a figure? Like, how like,
You
1 to
got me
10?
fucked up. How's that figure? You got me fucked up. So if you think you're gonna call me on the phone that I pay for and talk to me all sideways and left, you got me completely fucked up.
Yeah.
So he was blocked for months.
Okay.
So when I finally let him back in, and nobody knew. I didn't talk about it in
You kept
any
that on a
live. Right. If he
Mhm.
was in the live, I was just cordial, respectful. If I didn't want to deal with it, I just dropped out. That's how I
Okay.
was. Nobody knew
Okay.
we had an issue. All of a sudden,
Okay.
and then I started being nice. We was all in a little circle of Team Noel's. I was like, yes, AJ knew. We were in the team circle of Team Noel's, and I was like, cool. Like I just kept it cool, right?
Okay. Okay.
Even during that time, there were some times he got out of pocket, but I was just like, you know what? It's
You
what it is.
ignored it.
It's just what it is. Like it's a group thing on the collective. He was in our fucking chat, our private chat, the whole nine. Even then, I didn't fuck with Snacks. It wasn't even like that for me. Then
Mhm.
when he this last time when he was on that live and all that bullshit went down with Mikey, and he was on that live and he fucking disrespected me on some next level shit in front of my daughter. It was a wrap.
What did he do in front of your daughter?
He screamed, hollered, and yelled and talked about "fuck you, Keisha" and all this other shit in that live. Um, and that was it for me. It
That
was
was
over.
it. That's what did it for
That
you
was
in front
over.
of
You
right in
you
front of
don't
Andrea.
you don't never, not ever, as a man, think you're gonna raise your voice, talk to me sideways and left and crazy, not the side of your motherfucking neck in front of
Mm.
my daughter and think Imma tolerate it. No, I'm gonna show my daughter exactly how we deal with them type of broke down ass, weak ass motherfuckers.
The blood
I said
pressure's
it.
getting up there. The blood
You
pressure's
you
getting up
fucking
there.
right. You absolutely fucking right. Don't play with me when it comes to my kids, especially my fucking daughter. Don't do me like that.
Mm, 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 mm.
That was it for me. I was done.
Well, I hope
Sorry,
he's
Drew. I can't do lunch today.
well, I'm wondering if he's fishing, hopefully he'll start fishing his way over to the morning fix.
Oh, he's
And
not responding to my text. Maybe
he's
he does.
not. Is he leaving you on red?
I don't know. He doesn't have an iPhone.
Well, there's a person that muted me, this bougie character. I was on their live, and I guess she didn't take the opportunity for us to have our, what do they call it in court, Keisha? Decorum? Or what is it called? I didn't get my opportunity. I didn't get my opportunity. I'm not doing this whole bullshit of like, oh, let's get in there, pussy. Let's do this. But like, what are we doing? What are we doing? For what? You
I
want
don't
me to
know.
get more mad at you for disrespecting me, and then now I gotta now it's all about you and how you were done wrong.
You
Nobody
should
did
get
you
it.
wrong. Nobody did him wrong, man. Hey, Prince is here. We have Glow. Good morning, Glow. We have Snowman here.
Yes. Good morning, everyone.
Everyone
Sorry
is
for
piled
sorry
in.
for our event session, but I think it's time we just kind of air it out because we didn't talk about it. We stayed private for so long. We never aired it out. Um we ne- we
Jesus,
never
AJ.
we never took it to we never brought it to TikTok. We just kind of left it in the back burner. So anybody who knew us and anybody who was close to us, they knew what was going on, but it was
Mandy is here.
good morning,
Mandy's
Mandy.
here.
It was quiet. It was just quiet.
Mhm.
It wasn't something we talked about. But I mean, now I guess he wants to air it out. So I mean, I guess it is what it is.
By the way, folks, we are also on Rumble. So if you haven't followed us there, you can check us out there as well. In case any of these platforms go, you never know. Rumble seems to be the most consistent. And between Twitch and Rumble, we're doing pretty good. And I think what I'm going to do, Keisha, coming down the line, is just post short videos on YouTube and then funnel everyone to Rumble and Twitch. What do you think about that?
It's your
That
show.
might work. Ultimately, probably land more towards, I don't know, maybe lean more Rumble. I don't know.
It's
However
your show.
people likes it.
It's your show.
It's a communal show. Okay, it's a communal show.
I think it says that I'm the special guest and you're the host. So
You see. Don't nitpick the words. All right, just in
words are
case.
everything. Words are
It's
everything.
just in case if you want to, all right, I'm not going to be in for like 2 weeks. I'll see you later. That's why I put special appearances in the beginning. It's not, whatever.
Oh,
Anyways.
okay. Sure.
So
How does
hopefully
somebody who's here every day get a special appearance? That's really interesting.
because are you a co-host? You want to be a co-host? Then you're gonna have to sit through tough interviews with me, with Kiki, with
I
Stitch the
did that.
Truth. We could have Stitch the Truth in here
Yeah,
too,
but I'm just curious how that
and
works.
JP
I'm
and
just curious
Rainey.
though, like somebody who's here like every day is a special guest. That's
Special appearances. Special
Oh, special
appearances.
appearance. Oh, so I'm a special appearance daily.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
Sure.
Special
No, AJ's a
appearances.
special appearance because he only graces us with his presence when he feels like it. That's a special
He
appearance.
comes. He's actually here every day. By the way, he's here
In
every
the
day
chat, in the
in the
chat,
chat. And
in the
then when
chat,
he
like the
really
rest
gets
of
fired up,
wait, hold on. Like the rest of the people who are here every day in the
but
chat.
when he really gets fired up, he ends up in
Okay,
that
like
green
the
room
rest
area.
of the people who are here every day in the chat.
He ends up in the green room when he really gets fired up, and then he's on the show. He's in here with us at some point, or he'll call one of us, and then we just jack him into the phone line, and then everyone will hear him. So we just got to get him fired up enough.
AJ,
That's all.
AJ said, I missed one day. I never heard the end of it. You're damn right. And
I
you
missed
never will.
one day.
And you never will. You never will. You never will. So I just wanted to clarify that all of you guys are special appearances, and we appreciate you for being here
Yeah,
every
we
day.
do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, thank you,
Just so you
Keisha.
know, so you guys, I'm gonna just start adding you guys' name to the special appearance because
The
obviously,
special appearance list.
yeah, because that's obviously all it takes is just to be here every day, and you are making a special appearance.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So, if do we need to clear the air with snacks? Do we want to have Snacks the Fisherman on the show?
I invited him. He won't come.
Anybody want to send the invite? And maybe we do a mass text. Hey, they're calling you out on the
Guess
Morning
what?
Fix
Guess
show.
what? The audience isn't big enough for him because he can get those lives with
Oh,
3,000
he
people.
needs it on a TikTok live.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he needs.
Yeah, with 3,000 people in his, 8 viral
He
videos.
needs to hear like a large crew of people. He wants that grandiose to show and puff his chest and
Well,
feel
guess what?
validated.
Guess
So,
what? Guess what? The main account is back. Bring your bitch ass
oh,
on.
it's like that Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. That's
It's
how you
back.
feeling?
It's
That's how
back
you
today.
feeling?
It's back. Bring your ass
Hey.
on. Let's go. Let's
So
go.
we
I'll
so
I'll
we're
bring you
going
into the
live.
box.
So we're
I'll bring you
going
into the
live
box.
on TikTok today, and we're
Yeah,
gonna
at some
talk to
point we'll
Snacks
go.
today.
We'll go
Snacks the
later on
Fisherman.
tonight. Yeah, we'll go later on tonight. He could come in. He could join that live. I'll send him the invite, or well, we're not mutual, so somebody else can send it to him. His little screen recording bitches can send it to him. Bring your ass on to the fucking live.
He's
Get it off your
insulated.
chest.
He's like the Joker. He's insulated right now by
He
his
can come.
minions.
He can come and he could get it off his chest. But as soon as he get real ignorant and left, I just want him to know that the New York snipers are in the building.
We're here just to go like this. Hi, you want
The
to
New
vent?
York snipers are in the building, so he
But
might want to.
remember, Stitch, Static said that's his boy. So
Who's what? Who
Static,
cares? Wait,
Baloo, Static said that. That's
we
my
not worried
boy.
about Static. I mean, Static can keep him as his boy. Like I'm not. Listen, I'm not here. I'm AJ.
By the
I'm not.
Commonwealth. By the Commonwealth.
Yeah, I'm not here to tell anybody who they can and can't fuck with. Right. All I'm saying is this: if you fuck with Snacks, I'm probably not gonna be fucking with you. That's just the nature of the beast. There's some people who got unfollowed. There's some people who got removed. I don't just unfollow you. I remove you
So
as a
what are you
follower.
saying though? It's like you're saying, oh, you can fuck with him, but then if you fuck with him, I'm not gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
So basically, what you're saying, don't fuck with him.
No, no, I'm not. No, I'm not saying that. Do you? That's fine with me. Just understand that with doing you may come with me not fucking with you.
But I don't. But why? That isn't that manipulative?
No. Who am I?
If so, what I'm saying is, you're saying it's all good, green light, guys. You can mess with him. You guys can talk to him.
Yeah.
But I probably won't talk to you.
Yeah.
I know I'm having a problem comprehending that. That's why I'm having an issue with that one.
What's the issue? That I don't want to fuck with you?
No, I don't really care who another person fucks with.
I don't care. That's just it.
My
just
thing
don't wanna
is,
see him on my FYP. See, when you start to break away from the people who associate with people you don't get down with,
yeah,
you never see it on your FYP. The shit just doesn't show up because you're
sure.
not connected to anybody that's
So
connected to it.
here's my issue.
What's your issue?
My issue is if we're so I can't tell someone who doesn't really know and hasn't directly experienced the issue, right? Hasn't confronted that part of snacks yet. All right. Let's
Okay.
just say that.
Yeah. Right.
So you good, you're clear. But if you sat in the room with us and you saw him say, fuck Macho, fuck Keisha, fuck AJ, and I'll tell everybody in that room, can anyone figure out as to why he's saying fuck us? And tell me why you still associate yourself with him. That's when I will cut off people off. Because why would he say fuck us? What do we do?
I don't know.
If you go by what he says, then okay, cool. But if you haven't heard the other side, as many sides of the story, and clearly everybody knows, even if you agree with him, everyone knows he's very, very disrespectful. That's just how he is.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not anything new. But I mean,
Mm.
I don't really like it's not about like it's not personal for me, right? So like if you want to have them in your lives, whatever, it's not personal for me. I just don't want to see it, so I'm just gonna unfollow you. It's not gonna be an announcement. It's just gonna happen.
Oh,
So
you don't
like,
want to see his shit because the people
yes,
you follow. Got it.
yes. So I
Girl,
just remove you.
girl, we got it now. We're on the same
Yeah,
page now.
just remove you. Like it's not a personal attack on you. Like I don't care. It's not like I'm gonna be like, oh fuck you. No, it's not like that. It's
Nah,
just
that
I
makes
don't
sense.
want to see it. So guess what? The easiest way to do that is remove it.
That's where I tend to go. Well, what happened with Lumberjack? Because he saw it firsthand after we told him. We're like, yo, look at how this dude is acting. Oh no, I've talked to him. Okay, you've talked to him, but he's still saying fuck Macho, fuck Keisha, fuck AJ, and
Why
you're
are we
still
talking
sitting in a
about
live with him.
lumberjack?
I'm
Why are we
talking
talking
about
about
Lumberjack. I'm
what?
saying both names. I'm
For
saying
what?
Snacks the Fisherman and Lumberjack. Okay. All right. Forget it. Maybe I'm overanalyzing this. All right. Anyways,
I mean,
so
some people just don't have a backbone to just say, "Get out of here."
well, they'll end
So
the live. They'll end the live and said it got suspended. They got banned.
I'm gonna have to take a break.
is
I'm gonna
that
have
is
to
that
take a break.
Henry?
Yeah, look, listen.
Oh, he
Can you hear him?
sounds so cute. Look at him.
Listen,
Let's see him.
listen.
Oh,
He's like a ghost right now.
yeah. Look at him.
So he might start calling me. So I might have to go grab him really quick because he's like wigging out on me.
All right,
Yes,
but I got some time.
Macho is on fire. Yes, he is. So look
I
at this
mean,
is what we did. Well, look, we just had our own drama session. No one could take us down.
that's the beauty of
Maybe I'll
this.
go get Henry and bring him on. He can sit here with us. You guys can sit
Say
here. Go ahead.
hi.
He doesn't like me,
Um,
but it's cool.
Oh, I follow Mandy. Yeah, yeah. Of course, I gotta follow. You know, all this time I didn't even realize I didn't follow her. I'm like, how the hell I don't follow Mandy? That doesn't make any sense. She does so much for this show, and she's an intricate part for this show, and I don't understand why I didn't follow her. So that's my bad. I'm sorry. It's no
Okay,
respect.
so you want to start this and let me go grab Henry?
Yeah, I gotta remind the audience of what we covered last night, and yeah,
Okay,
so
I'll
go
be
get
back.
Henry. All right. All right, folks. Last night we talked about Pastor Jamal's statements towards Herschel Walker and making some very, very weird comments. And courtesy to Mandy, speaking of Mandy, send me this video of Pastor Jamal. And here's what that video entailed.
Figured that they would delude us by picking somebody who they thought would in fact represent us better with a football than with a degree in philosophy. They thought we were so slow, that we were so stupid, that we would elect the lowest caricature of a stereotypical broken black man as opposed.
I hate to be the one to break it to Pastor Jamal Bryant, but they believe that you guys are slow enough and stupid enough to continue voting for the very same party that wants to fund the execution of Black life in the womb, and
Gotti,
push a radical LGBTQPIA plus for children
tell
agenda
him.
that leads directly to depopulation
Come on,
and Black
sister.
genocide, all in the name of Black Lives Matter. Toodles, Pastor.
Have a blessed day. Toodles, Pastor. And by the way, I'm getting a special phone call right in the midst of the show, and I have to answer because I'm sure this is a public call. Call again, please. I'm sure this is a public call. And I'm sorry I wasn't hooked up to the phone to the system here. All right. I'll be waiting for that call one more time. But yeah, here it is. AJ?
Yes, this is a public call. Am I on?
Yes, you are on the morning fix. What's up, AJ?
So, Pastor Jamal Bryant, I don't know how much you know about him,
Mm-hmm.
but this man is a serial cheater.
Mm-hmm.
He was married to she's on the Real Housewives of the one in Maryland, Potomac. He was married to one of the women on the Real Housewives of Potomac. They have 3 daughters. He was a serial cheater, terrible husband, terrible man, sleeping with half his congregation. And did you know the church that he inherited from the last pastor was a serial child molester?
Oh, God.
Raped and molested several young boys in that church. And do you know that those dummies sitting in those fucking pews defended the pastor instead of rallying around those young boys and protecting them? Y'all protected that pastor who ended up, quote unquote, dying of, quote, cancer, which many believe was AIDS, and fuck these boys and their trauma. Fuck what happened to them. We're gonna protect him because it's about the light, it's about the fame, it's about the notoriety, it's about the glory. And the shit that they do has nothing to do with God. The thing that he does has nothing to do with the word. It has nothing to do with being a great person on earth. So for him to sit up there and talk about someone with a degree in philosophy versus a football, when why the fuck does it matter if he was a football player or if he had a degree in philosophy? The point is he's the better candidate. You already have a sample size of what the other person can do. So to sit up there and play politics at the pulpit is stupid, first of all. I mean, you can invite someone in, but you don't have to destroy someone else's character for another person to be elected. And that's how you know that's a weak ass candidate. Because if he could just stand on his own merits, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But Jamal Bryant is the last one to attack somebody's character, to talk about some type of black man, because he is he's not the epitome of a great black man in any way, shape, or form. He is the dirt. He is a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And clearly, after this video clip I'm about to play, because I just seen how far back his serial cheating goes, he was still cheating up until just recently, as of last year, was
Yep.
cheating religiously, and his current wife is aware of it.
Yep, and
Uh,
fucking all them dumb bitches in them pew, like, please, like, come on, like, you are not a good man. You are a terrible human being. And here's the thing, I'm not the biggest advocate of marriage and monogamy and all that stuff, but I'm upfront with my shit. Other
mhm,
people will sit up here and like, oh, I'm a holy man. Well, if you're a holy man, act like one, motherfucker.
mhm. Yeah. It appears Pastor Jamal is adding to the concubines.
Right. Well, those hardcore Christian men of faith. Those are the first ones to go down, literally.
Yeah, that's true. That's real true. That's 100% true. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I just had to put in my 2 cents about Jamal because he's a piece of shit. Fuck him.
yeah. And and I get it. Herschel Walker's past life, previous life, well, maybe his current life is probably messy. But he sounds like it's more. What is the word? It's more of rehabilitation, reconciliation to his current life. It's like, hey, we can change this, right? I'd rather
This will
listen
be
to
the
that.
same pastor that will have Cardi B's inarticulate ass in the pulpit and probably speak at the church.
Oh God.
She is just as dumb as anybody else. She was in the right place at the right time and was offered the right money to sell genocide to her own people. She's not like, but she'll be the great one. She can interview the then candidate Biden, but Herschel Walker is a dummy. Shut up.
Yeah. Especially with the rhetoric that Raphael Warnock has been cited to be saying. I mean, some of the things he was saying for years was very strange, very, very strange and extreme stuff coming from the
Yo,
pulpit over
a
there.
degree in philosophy and you evicting people for less than $200 in
Ah,
back rent?
ah,
Get the fuck out of here.
there it is. So much of the grace of God. There it is.
$200. You couldn't make it without that $200. You couldn't wait for them people to get the money up to pay you.
He's getting that money every Sunday in the collection plate.
Exactly.
You remember
A
that
degree in
scene in
philosophy.
Coming to America where Sexual Chocolate and what was it? Sexual. What was the band's name? Sexual Chocolate
Sexual chocolate.
and the Temptations, something like that. Anyways, so he went on to perform, and the people in the crowd, he was eating the chicken, and they passed it around the collection plate, and he put the chicken bone in the collection plate, and he was like, "I thought this was the garbage. My bad." Like I saw what he did there. I'm like, yeah, it is garbage. It's pretty much what you're doing when you put your money in there. You're throwing it in the trash.
Yeah, I was under the tutelage of one of these piece of shit black pastors in Los Angeles. So yeah, I know
Oh,
exactly how they operate.
uh-oh. Uh-oh. And you
So
saw right there firsthand what it looks like, huh?
firsthand, one of the worst things I did, because I had never been a part of a church before, but from that one experience, one of the worst things I ever did was go behind the veil of what they sell to you. So once you're actually quote unquote serving, which is just a fancy way of volunteering,
Mm-hmm.
once you're volunteering and you get to see the nooks and crannies and what really goes on and what keeps this shit together and the cliques and people, justifying their irresponsible behavior with the word of God, get the fuck out of here. Leave me alone.
That sounds about right. Yeah, yeah. It
But
sounds like
anyway.
you went to one of those good churches.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Don't listen. Glenn and Mandy will have a nice conversation with us. You know they go to church religiously on Sundays, so
Yeah, I'm not sold on the church thing, but it is. You know, I don't know. Human beings just have a way of fucking things up, and so it's like, why do I have to go through you to get to God? I can just go right to the source. Fuck you. I got things to do.
Can I just hear AJ say tutelage again?
AJ, can you say tutelage again? Keisha's asking.
Tutelage. I said that.
You did. He said
I
under
don't
the
remember that.
tutelage of a black pastor.
Through the tutelage of a black pastor.
He
You
said
know what
under a
else?
tutelage of a black
Under a
pastor.
tutelage of a black pastor. Yeah, he did say that. Yeah. You know, I pay for Zoom phone and I don't know how to use it. I pay for it and I don't know how to use it. How about that? So if anyone know how
Oh.
to use it, I could probably have AJ on a Zoom call on the show, and I don't know how to operate it. That's my
Hey,
problem.
well, I called because I'm not on Wi-Fi, so I didn't want to like disrupt the live not being heard.
This is what you call a special appearance, by the way.
This is a special appearance.
Yeah, AJ's making one right now.
So she's saying this is what we call a special appearance, AJ.
Exactly. I figured I'd show up. Jamal Bryant, he's one of those people that I'm instantly like ready to. Oh, I could get 5 minutes to just insult that man. It would be a pleasure.
Between pastors who lie about their sexuality and
Yes,
pastors who are very harsh on their congregation and pastors who rob you of the money, very little amount of money you have, so they
right.
can drive in a Cadillac Escalade on the way to church every Sunday, are
Hmm.
the ones that really bother me the most. But double the
Mm-mm.
honor equals double the punishment, by the way.
How do
That's
you
what they
take
get.
over for a pastor who was fucking little boys in the church? You make
I'm
that make
done.
sense to me,
I'm
please.
done.
You
I'm
make that make
I'm
sense.
done.
Because why would you take that pulpit
That's what Jamal
after that
Bryant.
man?
Yeah.
Why would you take the pulpit after that disgusting? And I hope he's burning in hell. And I don't know if I believe in heaven and hell, but that motherfucker needs to be in hell right now.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible stuff.
Okay.
It's rotten stuff. I have another clip here. AJ, can you see us while you're on the phone?
Hold on.
I
I
wonder if
probably
you
have.
could.
Yes, I can. I can make it. Hold on.
Oh, nice.
Yes, 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 I can.
So maybe you can hear Keisha too when she speaks.
Oh, Can you turn up
It-
that volume? And Harris?
Eh,
So you can hear me, AJ?
yes, I can hear Keisha. Yes.
Look at that. We figured it out. Wow.
Eureka!
It was worth it. This whole thing was worth it. The taking the phone call, figuring this all out together was just worth it. I just have to say.
Whatever. Anybody else want to call in and have a conversation? I mean,
I'm
at
not
this
giving my
point,
number out like that. What's wrong with you?
there's some people in this chat who already have my number. By all means, feel free to use it, and I will add you in. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, y'all heard me. Y'all heard how I sound. I ain't giving my number out like that. Shit.
I know. I
Well,
don't
here's
even
the
have your
problem
number.
also with the previous, the criminal y'all were talking about.
Oh.
What's the problem?
Oh, so the criminal y'all were talking about, yeah, you don't like motherfuckers who have my phone number. You don't get the privilege of having my phone number and then thinking you gonna talk at me like I'm a 5-year-old boy. I will rip your whole fucking nutsack out and feed it to your mother.
Oops.
Mm.
Y'all better stop playing.
That's very descriptive, AJ. Wow.
Y'all better stop playing.
All right. So here's the clip that I have to react to. That was the original clip is what we played last night at my prime time fix. Let's play this clip right here. Check this out.
Get it?
If you in the church, outside the church, whatever, sometimes you hear this stuff and you just want to just express yourself, okay?
And I'll say this, if I was in that church, I would be fed up. But go ahead.
So
I really would.
Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you now that this is the biggest thing that's going on. Now, according to this unknown source, right,
Why her
is that he's having an affair with this pastor, Carrie Turner.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you ever heard
I
of her.
think I heard something. Is she in the church too?
Well, now according to
Did you
this,
get any pictures?
yeah, I sent you something.
You did?
Yeah,
Okay.
check your email.
You see, we're not the only ones, Keisha, that have those hiccups. See, look, they have it. By the way, just all right,
What's your
whatever.
point?
My DM?
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
So, okay, now, according to this, is that he's having an affair with this pastor that he hired, okay?
Hired.
Can you
she's
hear me?
pretty. Go
Yeah, she's
ahead.
pretty.
So why is why they gotta say, oh, she pretty? Like you talking about him doing wrong, and then you're like admonishing him, like, yeah, oh, he got a good one.
Well,
I mean,
at least you could say that about his concubine, unlike other men.
Woo, the petty is real this morning.
That's dirty. That's dirty. That one was wow. That one hurt me in the lower area.
Yes, yes.
So this apparently is the latest, or I guess this is a year ago. So maybe Pastor Jamal is beyond Carrie now and probably on a different woman. But this was last year. This is as recent as last year that we know of. Pastor Jamal is having an affair with a pastor he hired.
Is he married again? I didn't think he was
Yes,
married.
he's married to a woman named Giselle Roth.
No, he's not married to her anymore.
Okay, so I guess after this, they got
okay.
divorced.
Got it.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to share in that latest clip there. That's what we got about Pastor Jamal. And he's talking about somebody else. Oh, it's somebody who's dumb holding a football and they think we are stupid and blah 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 blah.
But that's the
told you
classist
yesterday.
thing they do. So if you look at the classism in that right alone, you're basically saying because you don't have a degree, you're stupid.
Right.
And it's like playing football doesn't equate to stupid. There are plenty of brilliant football players.
Mm-hmm.
You're just upset because this man can't stand on his own record, and now you have to go to the ends of the earth to defame him, to defame his opponent, because you know he's not going to win this. He's probably a strong possibility he's not going to win this race.
Yep.
That's probably why they're smearing so hard. There's so many people, even though they may not live the lifestyle, Keisha, AJ, right? How many people go to church just to go to church because it's a practice? It's somewhere.
Right.
It's like a social club, right?
Well, the problem is it's people like him that
Mhm.
make the church look bad, right? So you see so much and you hear so much of this nonsense from these mega churches and these people just wanting the money that it takes people away from being connected on a spiritual level, right?
Mhm.
So that's the downside to this nonsense is that it will pull people away from spirituality just because they see these poor examples of whatever. There's false prophets everywhere, so just,
Yep.
it is what it is.
And yeah, I just think it's disgusting to do that. And again, to be the impressionable. When you go to church, you work so hard to get people vulnerable, right? That's what there's for. People confess their sins, I think improperly, but they confess their sins and they do all these kinds of things. They wear their emotions on their sleeves in the church, crying, all this stuff, and then they go, "Well, now that I got your attention, now that I got into your heart, vote this guy." That's just disgusting to
Well,
me,
if
you
you
know?
really look at a lot of
Right.
these so-called churches, if you look
Yeah.
at a lot of them, their daughters are having babies out of wedlock. There's all these affairs. There's all
I
this chaos within it.
that's not where I'm going though, Keisha. That's
Yeah,
not where I'm
no,
going.
but the thing is, they always wanna tell you what you should do, but their lives look very different.
Yeah.
So that's why Jamal is saying, "We can't vote for the football player."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why he does that, because he's trying to keep the people where they belong, right? He's trying to show you, like, "I'm dumb just like you." He's a dummy, and he shouldn't be leading any church, and he surely shouldn't be leading people to do anything,
He's
'cause he's an
evil.
idiot.
It's not
He
he's
is
dumb, he's
evil.
evil.
He
To
is
do something
absolutely
like
evil.
that, like I said, to get people the most vulnerable, what you do in a church environment,
Yeah,
and then to gain people's trust and to tell them, "Here, this is where you wanna go." So most of the people in the pews are not voting with a party, they're voting with their pastor.
true.
The pastor is the one that's dictating who they get to vote for. And time
Well,
again, these politicians use these pastors.
that's how they got dumb blacks aborting their children was through the
Yes.
pastors.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
So they
Yes.
can continue the cheating ways and be revealed, not revealed, whatever the case may be. I don't
Alright.
know. I just think that it's just weird. I definitely would want to maybe next week we can talk about the whole church issue in our country. I think America's gotten very secular now. I don't think it's the church country that we are reminded of the 50s. I mean, despite all the racial injustice that went on and then, there was a lot of, you know, church security back then, right? So, I mean, it's a far different country than it is now than it was then, right?
Well, I live in Sodom and Gomorrah, so it doesn't really matter.
It's wild over there in Seattle for sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean,
There's like there's like
men
5
have
there's like
been
5
women over
churches. Oh, look,
there
there's
for
Marcus. Good morning,
Hey
Marcus.
Marcus. Hey Marcus, how you doing? Men have been women over there for how many years? Like decades now in
I don't
Seattle.
know what anyone is anymore. I mean, I mean, for all I know, they're a cat, so
Finally.
finally what?
Uh, finally what?
I heard AJ, I thought he said finally.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All
Anyways.
right. So there's this case here that I wanted to cover really quickly. And that is the Parkland shooting final statements. It was a sentencing hearing, so a lot of the people got to speak, like the victims, the parents, the family, the friends of the victims who got to speak at this but
I
something
saw
really
your
bad happened. Something really bad
the
happened.
defense
Yeah.
attorney. Oh, yeah.
I think I think when the victims came, not the victims, the people that were related to the victims
Yep.
came and spoke
The
and
impact
started
speeches.
threatening the defense attorneys.
They mentioned his children. Oh, it got ugly. The judge was not happy. Go ahead, play the clip.
Yeah.
Roll the clip.
So here's how that went. AJ, are you still with us?
I'm here. I'm just listening, waiting to chime in.
All right, let's do it.
Try to tap down that rhetoric. That is the rhetoric that I'm talking about. That is what I'm trying to be very clear on. Jeff, Marcus, the state, they can hide behind their arguments, but we all are witnessing what is occurring in this courtroom.
Which is myself. I'm a judge,
And
and I understand that I'm in
Thank you,
charge
Judge.
of the decorum, and I feel that 99% or a great percentage of what has been said has been appropriate. Everybody has maintained decorum, but for a few comments.
All right, so before we continue, Keisha, AJ, there was a few. This defense attorney that's speaking right here also had this weird spiel of saying, "Hey, we have to tamp this down because we do not want, in light of what's going on with our country." The secretary of the House husband, was he brought all of that up on the record and then said we do not want to have dog whistles happen here. And I'm like, what? Like, why is this man talking? That was my initial thought. Why is he talking about something that has nothing to do with what's going on here? If people are threatening you and your kids, then speak on that and then leave it there. You don't need to have a whole schmeal about what's going on and what's the state of our country of extremism and stuff like that.
Have a good day at
That's
work.
ridiculous. Who's leaving?
Snowman.
All right, Snowman, take care. All right, but that's you have anything, Keisha, to that?
No. I mean, it was just the kids were brought up in a victim impact statement, and he didn't appreciate it. And then he brought up the judge's children, and then she lost her mind and told him to go sit in the back of the courtroom.
Whose kids? Whose kids were brought up?
One of the assistant prosecutors or whatever that's sitting at the defense tables. There was a whole team of people sitting there, and I guess when the people were speaking, they addressed it to him, and he got upset. And he says, "Why are they bringing up my kids? You'd be upset if they brought up your kids." And then the judge
Yep.
lost complete mind and said,
Oh yeah.
and it was great to watch. She was like, "Go."
Oh,
Just
she
go.
got
She
she
gave
got
him
really
like a
upset.
5-year-old, "Go
Yeah.
sit at the back of the courtroom. You're done talking." It was great.
Some people disagree with the way she handled this, but yeah, let's
Yeah,
see.
who cares? It's her courtroom. She can do whatever she wants.
That's right.
It's best to just move on as opposed to highlight them.
This is true, Judge, but I am witnessing a building of momentum, and I'm encouraging the court to direct the state to tap down on that momentum so it does not reoccur and it does not become a theme. Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, for the record, the only thing the state has said to any of these witnesses when they get up is, would they like to say something on behalf of the victim they're representing? There's been no encouraging or inciting, as Mr. Weeks has put on this record. That is a blatant falsehood and a recreation of.
This is after they said what they said. But it gets to the point what you were just mentioning about her having that argument with one of the attorneys. So it's going to get there. Yeah.
The record, as far as no objections being made, it's the defense that could have objected. It's not the state's duty to object to their own witnesses.
So this guy you're talking about right here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
When they're testifying.
Okay. I listen, I've already heard. If you have anything else to say, you can put it in writing at a later time. I've heard from both sides more than once. That's going to be it. I've made my decision. Like I said, 99% of what's been testified to has been appropriate. I do not want to highlight the few things that were said that were perhaps not appropriate, and let's move on.
Judge, I'm asking for 20 seconds to ask.
You can have as many seconds as you want in writing, and you can put all of your objections in writing. They've been made multiple times from your chief assistant, from Ms. McNeil, and I don't want to hear anything else. I've already heard it. Is there something that has not already been argued?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, exactly what is it?
Judge, before Mr. Schachter took the podium and testified before this court, I wanted to, the record to reflect that both Mr. Marcus and Mr. Satz looked at the statement prior to the reading. And so their implicit adoption of what he was saying, of his improper arguments, in the court should.
Okay, but what you are doing right now is highlighting something and making more of a spectacle. So if your office in general does not want to facilitate or incite violence, then we need to just sit down and move on.
That's a great point that she made there. If a statement was made that was inappropriate, right, or that shouldn't have been made, and it was one statement that was made over many statements, then she's saying stop highlighting it and move on, because when you pay too much attention to it, it's going to incite that violence.
Uh-huh.
So I thought that was a good point. Did you have anything? I'm gonna keep playing it.
No, keep going.
AJ?
He's gone.
He's gone. Okay.
That's
I
it.
keep
There were
I
18
can't hear to like
witnesses,
the
16
end
or
of it
18.
because of the delay. So I don't know what I'm
Okay.
contributing.
Okay.
Carry on.
Oh, there's a delay. Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
got it. Oh, that's right.
I know
Because
you
he's
don't know that.
watching. Yeah,
So-
'cause he's watching. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, it's
I
behind.
forgot. I
Okay, go
forgot that there's a delay. I'm actually looking at it on Twitch. There is a delay.
ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Witnesses that testified. There was nothing that was said until Ms. McNeil made her point made, and you know, we're moving on.
But is the court going to do anything about maybe stopping it from happening again?
When these people are upset about specific things that have gone on from that table, like shooting the middle finger up at this court and laughing and joking, Ms. McNeil, be quiet.
Ooh.
When these people have sat in this court.
All right. So Miss McNeil. Yeah, AJ.
Once she said moving on, bang that fucking gavel and move on.
Yeah.
Y'all, because don't make me pull out New York up in here.
Yeah. What I've
You know
noticed.
why? You know
Yeah,
why
go
she
ahead.
doesn't do that, right?
Yeah.
Because there's issues on appeal, right? So even though we're at the penalty phase and we're at the like basically victim impact state, they have to still do things accordingly. And that's why she's trying to put her foot down and exercise that, but still stay within the realms of the law.
What I
That's why
find
she's
it,
doing it.
yeah, because has something changed in the last years? Because judges have been very interesting. Like even with the Kyle Rittenhouse, there were a lot of times that he could have even had attorneys put up for contempt of court, but he never issued that.
No,
Right?
they don't.
So
Contempt is not something that happens often. It has to be really bad because those things impact appeal. Those things impact it like on a higher level.
well,
So they're not
questioning
trying to.
someone's Fifth Amendment, taking pleading the fifth, questioning that
Yeah,
was egregious, right?
it is, but is it? If you have a good judge, they'll reel it in, right? She's just not. Her backbone isn't there, right? So she's trying to keep control over her courtroom, but be professional about it.
Got it.
And those are attorneys, right? So like they're they're part of the court too, so like she's just trying to not
And
be a
what and
bitch.
I don't really know what it is to be in a courtroom, but I know that if you are a boss, the last thing a boss wants to hear is to be told how to run their circle.
Yeah,
And Miss McNeil that she just yelled at right
she's the
there,
boss.
she literally told her just prior in a previous clip,
Mhm.
"Oh, and I know the judge knows that this is this is irresponsible, and the judge would not allow somebody." And then she got really pissed off. She said, "Don't tell me what I should allow and not allow in this courtroom. Don't ever tell me that. You're done talking. That's it." Because she wanted to
Well,
continue talking, and she
yeah, but what
just
the problem is they're trying to take away the voice of the families of the victims. She's trying to control that. So what she's trying to do is allow these people to have a voice and not allow them to dictate what they're going to say. That's why she's pointing it out. Like these
Mhm.
people's emotions are high, they've seen a lot, they've experienced a lot from this table. This trial, that table, she has been going toe to toe with them the entire trial.
Well,
So
4 years it's
yeah,
taken them.
so
4
it's been a
years.
lot, especially at the end of it, there's been a lot of this back and forth. So, but let her shut him down. She about to shut him down right now.
Yeah, it's about to get pretty bad here.
It's not bad.
Courtroom and watch this behavior from that table, and they want to say that they're not happy about it. What is the problem?
Judge, I have no problem because I have thick skin. But once you bring in my children, I think it's highly improper to speak in the
I didn't even know you have children. I don't know what you're talking about. Your children? What about your children?
For them to comment on my children is highly improper.
All right, so this is the epitome of the problem of attorneys today, in my opinion, with
Mhm.
all this activism that's been going on in this country, is too many attorneys are taking shit too personal. Why the fuck are you taking it personal? For example, if you're an attorney, you probably have heard some of the most stupid, dumbest threats, shit that's been told to you throughout your career as a fucking attorney. This guy doesn't look like he just started, right? So what are you taking it so personal for? That's the problem. That this is the epitome of the attorneys. The problem with attorneys in
It's not
this
that.
country right now.
It's him.
You just
personally.
pointed it out. Yeah, activism. Like, what? I don't give a fuck. Like, we're all being threatened here. It's like when people say, "Well, my candidate was threatened." You don't think everyone else is being threatened? Everyone's being threatened. You're not
Right.
unique.
Correct.
Right. Don't victimize yourself. Oh, my kids. And that's why I love the way the judge responded. I didn't even know you had kids. Why are you saying it?
Yep.
You see, you just outed your fucking self now. So now you become a prime target. Now you're elevating the and exasperating the issue that I wanted to move on from. You're making it worse. And he doesn't realize that. And it gets better. I think the judge continues to handle this well. Oh, let's see.
Before this court to allow that kind of testimony
Okay.
is also.
I don't remember any comments about any children. And if there was, it obviously didn't, it came and went without me noticing it.
Judge, I can assure you that if they were talking about your children,
There it
you
is.
would definitely notice it.
You need to sit down right now. You're out of line. In fact, you're excused. You need to go sit in the back with your chief public defender.
He's the public judge.
Mr. Weeks, please ask the lawyer from your office to go sit down and not say anything else. To try to threaten my children and bring up my children is inappropriate. Go to the back of the room now. That just violated about every rule of professional responsibility that I have never. If you're going to get up here and you're going to...
Judge, I asked you to go sidebar on this matter.
Well, I don't think he threatened her kids, right? So that's where it kind of got left.
No. What he did was he brought in the fact that she has kids. Like, no one knew it. So what he did to get a rise out of her, to drive the emotion like he was feeling, he let everybody know she has children as well.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what he was doing. So that's why
I
he
thought
said,
it was an analogy, Keisha. I thought it was more like, oh, if someone threatened your kids. Oh, but
right.
he wouldn't say that if she didn't have
She
kids.
didn't
Right?
have kids,
Okay,
right?
I
That's
see what
why
you're
she
saying.
shut it down immediately.
I see what you're
Because
saying.
what she was doing, what he did was he was trying to get a rise out of her emotionally. Like, see, if we talk about your kids, no one knew. I mean, no one
And
knows her situation.
she responded the way she responded to him. I didn't know you had kids.
Right.
Right?
But you see how she immediately shut it down? That's why she did that. Because she's like, hold up, wait a minute. What we're not getting ready to do, you're not going to make this personal. You're not going to have a personal attack on me. And you're not going to
And
bring
technically, you just exposed that I have kids, which means
Oh, yeah.
you're insinuating we have a personal relationship.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, no, he's
That's
just exposing her. So he wanted to get that emotional rise out of her, and it just backfired.
ooh.
So
AJ?
he's waiting for me to finish talking.
No, it's good on that end.
Oh, okay.
All right, maybe he doesn't have anything. All right, let's go.
You, sidebar or not, you don't have one of your assistant public defenders say something about my children?
Judge, that same venom that the court is expressing is the same venom that defense counsel had to sit through this entire morning when
She
their
brought
children
up her
were
children
being
multiple
referenced.
times during the trial. Nobody knows if I'm barren or not. They don't know
Judge,
about my children.
Judge.
Sit down. Sit down.
Judge,
Sit down, Mr. Weeks.
please do not summarily dismiss me.
I'm summarily dismissing
asking
you.
the
Go
court.
sit down.
I'm asking the court. I asked the court to go sidebar.
Go sit down. You don't threaten the
Judge,
court's children.
everyone
Your
in this
assistant just did
courtroom-
that. Go sit down.
No one in this courtroom had to endure what we had to
Go
endure.
sit down. Miss McNeil has made her children a spectacle more than once during this trial. That was her choice. You have absolutely no right to have one of your assistants come up here and suggest something about my children. Now, please go sit down.
Judge.
You're
Judge,
inappropriate and out of line. Go sit down.
Judge, may we have a brief recess?
No. Go sit down.
This is just comical too at the
Take
same time.
recess. Take a recess. Take a recess. Just take a recess because what if I say what I really want to say right now? This is gonna be a whole mistrial. So let me take a recess right now.
Yeah, because I see it a lot too when judges do speak. I've seen it over the course of the couple of years. Judges usually hit like stop a lot when they speak. And I'm sure there's a lot going through their heads. Like, I shouldn't say this. Let me navigate through this because
Well,
of the deal, right?
what's happening is not only
Right.
that,
And then you
but
want to talk about sexism? Wouldn't this be what the dingbats with the blue and the green hair talk about when they
yeah.
say, "Oh, well, you're literally challenging a woman in her own space." Well, if she says sit down, go sit your fat ass down.
The thing is this too, ultimately. What he was doing was dismissive to her, right? He recognizes that she is the judge, that is her courtroom, and she has the final word. He just didn't care. He wanted what he wanted, and that's what it is. But that happens a lot with these public defenders and things like that. So it happens.
Yeah, do
It
public
happens.
defenders go this far?
Yeah, especially because the case is high profile. If it wasn't a high profile case, it wouldn't have mattered. But it's a high profile case, and that's why they're acting this way.
Yeah, this is like a circus a little bit. Like no order, no I don't know. It's just all over
She
the
is.
place.
Anyways.
Actually, you chose to be a bottom of the barrel lawyer. That's not my problem.
All right, folks, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be back right after these messages.
AJ.
All right, welcome back here on this Wednesday show of the Morning Fix live radio show. I'm your host, Macho. We got Keisha in the building. We also have our special appearance with AJ on the phone. He's here.
Yo, 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 yo.
All right, so Liz Cheney is back in the news, by the way. Waiting for the eye roll. I'm waiting for the eye roll from Keisha.
I don't care.
It's like herpes. You just can't get rid of them.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
With Liz Cheney. I mean, check this out. Check this out.
Select committee investigating the January 6th insurrection is in discussions with Donald Trump's attorneys about testifying under oath. Vice chair of that committee, Liz Cheney, is in town today at Cleveland State University. The Congresswoman asked if she thinks the former president will testify.
I think that he has a legal obligation to testify, but that doesn't always carry weight with Donald Trump.
Yep, that doesn't always carry weight with Donald Trump because she's insinuating that he doesn't follow the law. Wow. Tell us how you really feel, like you always do, Liz.
Why is she still allowed to talk?
Because she's there until January, darn it.
Oh, okay.
We got to get rid of this woman. And you know what? We're not going to be able to because you know what? She's going to be on The View. She's going to be on Don Lemon's show. We're not going to get rid of this woman. She's going to be around more now that she'll have time on her hands. It's ridiculous. Anyways, I just can't wait for the day that she just really gets smothered and gets out of here. I don't want to deal with her anymore. Maybe some behind the scenes news will come out about
You know
Miss
what?
Cheney.
I'm just tired of people speaking so toxic, negative, spewing venom out. Like the things that she says about Donald Trump are so unnecessary, especially from a person in her position. It's like Nancy Pelosi. Like, why? What do you hope to gain?
She takes it so personal.
She's okay.
Like she's just like a bitter ex. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
why don't she talk about the crimes of her father?
That part. Why doesn't she go there? Why does she press his
Ooh.
history as much as she presses the history of Donald Trump?
That part.
Like Mr. McCain, like what happened there? Right? Not McCain, Cheney, Daddy, and he's in Texas now, by the way. Daddy Cheney.
Whatever.
Daddy Cheney is enjoying retirement right now.
That's the blood of all the people he killed to get. Let me shut up.
Probably millions of people, bloods is on his hands.
Okay. That part.
Where's Dick at? Christina asked. Oh,
I got that text last Friday.
What'd you say, AJ? What did AJ say? Tell him to repeat himself. Tell him to repeat himself, Macho.
He said he can hear you.
What'd he say? He said something about
He
last
said
Friday.
something about gave something last Friday or something. I don't know.
I said I got that text last Friday.
Ooh. Was it on Snapchat? I'm just trying to like zero in on who it might have been.
Wait, look, did it come to the phone number or was it a snap?
No, I just have somebody in mind. That's why I said, "Oh, did
Me
it come
too.
from Snapchat?"
Me too. Me too. Me too.
All right. So obviously, the title of this show is called "They Say Justice Is Blind." I just think it's the Democrats. That's my whole thing. And the reason why I say that, Keisha, do you catch it? Did you get it? You're internalizing it. I see you. You're thinking about it. You're thinking about what I mean. You're I saw that. You looked away. You're like, he's dumb, but I think he's on to something.
No, I actually wasn't having that thought.
What?
I wasn't having that thought.
What was going through your mind just now? I just saw you wander. What do you wander off to?
I just start tuning you out after a while.
Oh, come on. Why you do that to me?
Why not? You do it to me.
Do that to the fisherman, not me.
No, you.
All right, let's go to Kathy Hochul, and this debacle of a debate that she had of how she talked about crime and stuff like that. Let's see that.
There
Public
is
safety.
no crime fighting plan if it doesn't include guns, illegal guns. And you refuse to talk about how we can do so much more. You didn't even show up for votes in Washington when a bipartisan group of enlightened legislators voted for an assault weapon ban.
Kathy Hochul believes.
You want to know how you deal with illegal guns, Ms. Hochul? The way they were doing it for years. You have a warrant squad. You have a gun squad. You have people who go out there. They're investigating. You know where they're at? Why don't you ask Bill over there, Bill de Blasio? Where's the warrant squad? Where's it? Oh, Dems did it again, throwing shade. And what is it that you said yesterday, Keisha? A lot of people like to throw shit when they live in glass houses, something like
Yeah,
that.
stones and glass houses.
Yeah, that part.
That the only crimes that are being committed are these crimes with guns. And you got people who are afraid of being pushed in front of oncoming subway cars. They're being stabbed, beaten to death on the street with hammers. Go talk to the Asian American community and how it's impact them with the loss of lives. Jewish people targeted with raw, violent anti-Semitism.
So, you know what else she said yesterday, Keisha?
Who?
That was a great response by Lee Zeldin, who is going to be, AJ, going to be the next governor of New York. He has to be. He's leading
So I just
in the
looked
polls.
So I just looked her up, and she's from Buffalo. She definitely talks like a hoe from upstate.
Yeah.
We don't need her. We need somebody who understands the city, the real part, the real meat of New York.
Well, Zeldin is from Long Island. I mean,
Yeah, that's the real meat.
yeah, that's closer. That's
Long
definitely closer.
Island, because technically Brooklyn and Queens is Long Island.
Certain areas.
You damn New Yorkers.
I will say this though, Lee Zeldin will win. Okay.
Okay.
And he addresses this issue pretty clearly. So she just said yesterday that the data does not suggest that crime is what the Republicans are saying. That's exactly what she said. Does anyone see the problem with that? The data does not suggest that crime is what the Republicans are saying it is.
Well, that's proof that she's not on the ground, and that proves she's removed from reality, and this is why she shouldn't be the governor of this state.
Keisha, you got anything? Don't give me that look.
Why do we have to address liars?
But the thing is, it's so convenient, and AJ is right. She's not on the ground. That's why after Lee Zeldin was riding trains, was talking about what's going on in the trains, guess where Hoku was at? On the train, trying to figure out how to salvage her image. She don't really care about what is there. So she
Okay.
wants to refer to the data. She wants to say the data doesn't suggest crime is not what the Republicans are saying. And then she follows it up by saying murders are down in New York. Murders are down.
Because
Do
I
you
guess
know that?
that's the only crime.
Exactly. It's not the only fucking crime that goes on here. Everything else is skyrocketing right now.
Exactly.
Robberies, sexual assaults, rape,
Those aren't crimes.
fondling.
So, wait, what do you say? Dummy? Those aren't
Dum-dum. I
crimes.
say
Dumb.
dum-dum.
Yeah, there it is.
And
Those
murders
aren't
are down by how
dumb.
much?
The reason why I say dum-dum, because my sister would always tell me when I do something really stupid that she knows I'm capable of doing better. She goes, not like that, dum-dum. And I go, oh, sorry.
Yeah, those aren't crimes,
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah.
Just so
Yeah.
you know.
So
Okay.
sexual assault, rape is not a crime.
No.
Stealing,
Nope.
smacking a woman, domestic violence is not a crime,
Nope.
which also skyrocketed during the pandemic, by the way. Out of the 20, I think it was out of the 20 cities or so in the country, 15 out of the 20 cities are run by Democrats. That has the highest crime in the country.
Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, AJ.
But they say, no, this is happening everywhere, even in Republican cities. 15 of the 20 cities, that's a 15-5 comparison. Like, that's comparing apples to oranges, guys, right?
Well, and obviously they're going to bleed over into the Republican cities, so that's what drives the crime there.
Yeah, exactly.
So whatever. She's an idiot.
Furthermore, to substantiate the claim of what AJ said about her being a Buffalo hoe, here's her sitting down one-on-one just the other day.
Voting for you there, but we did visit yesterday, and people know that that's where your parents lived. It's well known in the area. Governor, let me ask you, why did you choose to only debate once?
Because she was going to get shellacked.
In New York.
I was just keeping with historic precedent. I mean, every race for the last 40 years for an incumbent governor, they've had one debate. In fact, there was
All right, time out. You saw what she did there? AJ, did you see what she did there?
Yes.
She said incumbent governor, as if she rightfully won Cuomo's seat.
You weren't elected by the people.
Well, I to be fair, she was elected by the people to be lieutenant governor.
Right.
So
but
you're
they-
running for
yeah,
governor. That's a whole new level there.
Right.
Again, delusions of grandeur.
It's called choosing to be blind about crime, choosing to be blind about our justice system and how they have destroyed it, how they have literally mobilized groups like Antifa and BLM to literally deconstruct our justice system. You have
Facts.
they're literally blind on inflation. You have Sleepy Joe over there saying, "Oh, inflation is up everywhere. I'm worried more about the rest of the world." That's literally what he said.
Why are you worried about the rest of the world? You're our president, bitch.
Oops.
That's why they have presidents. That's why they have leaders.
Oops.
What are you going to do for us? What have you done for me lately? This is why I
What
made the
have you
video
done for
just
me
the other day,
lately?
folks. I titled the video the other day, "I'm done with Chuck Schumer." This is why I'm done with Chuck Schumer. You got these
Chucky.
politicians who've been in office for 40 some odd years, 50 years, like Hochul and company, and don't do a damn thing for us. Nothing.
Facts.
I've been done. I've been over it. I'm sick and tired of people complaining about the things they don't like, but they continue to vote for the same bullshit over and over and over and over again.
Because you need a Republican like the great Donald to tell you what do you got to lose.
That part. But
Facts.
ultimately, people continue to complain about the things they don't like, yet keep voting for the people who lie about fixing those things.
Don't like. I don't like. They smile in my face. That shit I don't like.
Yeah. Anyways. Oh, it's about that time. In
Oh,
a
what's that
minute.
song? In a minute, in a minute,
It's a Lizzo song. I don't know the song.
pump you. See, I'm wearing on you because you're starting to
Lizzo.
speak in phrases that connect to songs. So we're gelling. You see what's going on here? We're gelling.
Sure, dum dum.
Saw that, right? Fist pump.
Sure, dum dum.
Fist pump.
What the fuck? I'm black, man. That's like asking a black person to high five. Stop it, macho.
High five.
Put your white side away. Put your white side away. All right, beautiful people of the morning fix. It's about that time.
We did good. We did great.
Spirit fingers.
See, there you go. There goes that white side. There it is.
I'm giving it to you. Spirit
All right.
fingers. Okay.
See you later.
I appreciate you guys. Guess we'll do it again tomorrow morning.
We'll see ya. Bye.
Macho, can you kick me out?
Bye. All right, we got rid of her.
Am I staying?
Now we can talk smack about her. No, I'm just. All right, folks, we'll take a quick break. Me and AJ will be right back. All right, welcome back to this Wednesday Hump Day edition of the Morning Fix live radio show. I want to get into this final segment here with everybody. And AJ's here. Mic check.
Yo, check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
So every time we talk about trans women, trans men, or transgenderism, I think as Mr. Crowder in this next clip talks about it, usually the argument in defense says, why would you even want to question this or talk about this? You shouldn't be devaluing or invalidating people's existence. And intersectionality always comes up for some reason. AJ, I don't understand why, but somehow that's a defense to say, shut up, sit back, There's a such thing as intersectionality. Here's a bit
You
of
know
that.
why?
Why? You said you know why?
I'm sorry. I'm listening to the delay. I'm waiting for the video.
Oh, I got it.
Humans. I'm thinking back to Trump and Obama and everything. Anyway, that's not where I was.
Yeah, unrelated. That was silly.
So if it is irrefutably true that I was born intersex and that actually almost 2% of the population, so 150 million individuals worldwide were born intersex and then normalized through surgeries or otherwise, if we are born somewhere in between in terms of our like biological traits, then how can it not also be true that we might identify somewhere in between in terms of our gender and how that presents itself?
Okay.
Like certain people are born, for example, with breasts and a penis, or they might have ambiguous genitalia, or like me, you know, like I was born with, like, I hate that I have to sit here at a table with you talking about my genitalia. I don't believe any human should ever have to do that.
You don't have to.
Well,
You
the
chose
reason
to
that
sit down.
right.
All right, so here's how defensive people tend to get is what everybody knows this when Crowder does these things. He'll set up a table somewhere. Just recently, he did something really inflammatory. He said rape culture is a myth. And so he'll have statements like that, AJ. And I'm sure you're aware, and everybody in the chat. He'll have like these really, really polarizing phrases and statements and says, all right, change my mind. And so this person decided to sit down to attempt to change his mind. So when she says, "Oh, I the fact that I have to explain this right now," you chose to sit down, dum dum. Why are you here?
Fact.
It's the same thing. This is the same problem I had the other day when I was talking about Dylan Mulvaney. When someone says no one should have to talk to you about why they're transitioning. That's so then why Dylan is doing this. Day 1, day 2, day 3 of being a woman. Why is he documenting this like a vlog or a docu-series? Why?
For attention. Oh, this is ultimately to get money and fame. This has nothing to do with giving a fuck about trans rights. This is about personal advancement. This has nothing to do with women or respecting women or want to be women. But also this video also goes back to the judge, and is that you're trying to highlight the most minute piece of the conversation and make it the whole, and no one gives a fuck. If you're intersex, figure it out. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean,
Stop
just
trying to
because
make me like fucking throw a parade for you. I don't care.
and there's also a strong over exaggeration. Just you may be born, yes, in theory, you're born with a breast and a penis, but the penis is like oversized clitoris. They've talked about this stuff, right?
Right.
And usually they pick the predominant genitalia, whatever is optimal or functioning genitalia. Sometimes you could be born with both, but only one is operable. So it's like, why
Exactly.
keep both of them if you're only going to be able to use one of them, right?
And I just hesitate. I hesitate to talk about this because I don't have kids yet, and I will be the one, who ends up having a chick with a dick for a child. And so I'm trying not to, I'm trying to tread lightly.
Yeah. Oh God! Every time, every time I think you're not gonna get me, you get me. I'm just like, Dad, I didn't think it. I thought I could outlaugh a lot of those phrases and statements and not be so shocked. But every time you say something, I'm just like, how did you come up with that? All right, it's like I'm gonna probably have a chick with a dick as a daughter, and
That would be a nightmare.
but I mean, I'm sure you'll be wise enough to navigate through that and not leave your daughter in freaking abandonment ambiguity with like, all right, you figure it out. You tell me what you are. No. You tell me body autonomy. You tell me what you are.
Oh, jeez.
What kind of wisdom is that? Who told you that's wisdom? All right, let's go back to it.
And the reason I am is because there are people like you and, that are, I was about to say with respect, but that don't respect basic biology, people's identities, and like that kind of my biggest argument against the bathroom bill when I was arguing.
Okay. Time out. People like you don't respect basic biology. Intersectionality is far from basic. Okay. Transgenderism is far from basic. Right?
Thanks.
Like, so whoa. This is really if we were categorizing and saying like, oh, we're at the library, AJ, and we're like, all right, I want something sophisticated. All right, you want something sophisticated? Let's look at intersectionality. No, I want something basic. All right, let's look at male, female. Yeah. So that's how I would level it, right? You want something layered or something unlayered where it's just simple, straight to the point, male, female, there's only two genders, that's it. Or do you want to make it real sophisticated, really tough, really nuanced? Let's do intersectionality. Let's even go a step further. Let's go to transgenderism.
Oh boy, here we go.
Again, very defensive statements. You know what I have a hard time with? My brother is same-sex attracted, AJ, right? So he has, like, I've had questions, and he's, ever since I was a young man, like really young, right? He would always be like, if you have questions about sexuality, I don't want you going nowhere else. You keep it here inside the family, me, your sister, and your mother. That's it. Okay? And he was never shy about talking about sexuality, even when it came to him, right? So if I had questions about things, if I said, hey, because you're gay, do you like feminized men, right? He says, hell no. I'm gay because I like men, not feminized men, right? So we would have those conversations. We talked about the different varying degrees of like how the sexual expression, it's a spectrum, right? So my brother grew up in a time where it was hard for him to express himself, right? You almost had to be closeted, right? If he cannot be defensive about himself, I look at people today and I'm like, why the fuck are you so defensive?
Because that's that's the sign of someone who is truly confident in who they are and what they stand for, and they don't. And from the sounds of what you just said, he's not looking for validation from people outside of him. So it's like, this is who the fuck I am. This is how I represent. This is how I'm going about the world. I don't need you to like me, accept me. I'm going to make my money. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to do the damn thing. And why do I need your check of approval to do it? And so, and like you, my little brother's married to a whole man. It don't fucking matter. He don't care. He doesn't need you to validate him. He is who the fuck he is. That's what it's gonna be. Take it or leave it. Either way, he's gonna accomplish the things he needs to accomplish.
Right. And whether you want to have the conversation or not, open yourself up or not, whatever. That's one thing that I respected even out of Millennial, Spike Lee. Like, he's never like got defensive about having the conversation. Hey, you want to talk about it? Hey, if you're getting to a place where you're disrespectful, I'm moving on. See you later. Right? He's gonna ask away, be respectful, right? My brother's the same way. Millennial and my brother are kind of like around the same age, right? My brother's a little older than him. So it's just like, if you want to come to the world as you are, even people who are heterosexual, if they say things, if they say, hey, this is my kind of expression, sometimes people are going to have questions. Maybe they find it intriguing. Maybe they're repulsed. Maybe whatever. Who knows? Who cares? If you want to have the conversation, have it. But the only reason why they want to have the conversation is because you revealed it. You said something.
Right. Exactly.
So it's like, just like in this whole scenario, folks, she sat down at the table. So something in her insecurity, like AJ just said, she's not solid in herself. So she wanted to change his mind. She's fixated and said, no, there's not two genders. I need to validate this, right? Because she's insecure. That's really what it comes down to. All right.
Exactly. And just before you go on, one of the most liberating things for anybody is when you simply stop giving a fuck what anyone outside of you thinks about you and just live your damn life.
And just to purge you a bit more, and when you don't give a fuck, does it mean that you don't giving a fuck about what you say about the person, or giving a fuck about having a conversation?
No, giving a fuck that for you to exist, for you to be whoever you are, means somehow your life is stilled. Once you stop caring and you realize that ultimately no one gives a fuck. People got their own things that they got to focus on, their mission, their visions. They're working on their shit. So work on your shit and stop worrying about whether someone likes you or not. I don't care. I got shit to do.
Very good point. Very good point. All right.
Lowest cold course is like, if you want to pass a discriminatory piece of legislation, at least open a bio textbook first. Like, it's not hard. Like, these are just like basic science.
Okay. So a couple of things there. First off, I hope you don't feel as like forced you to sit down here in any way.
No, you didn't force me, but
right.
the conversation and the existence of it—that's what forces me, because there are people who like are
again. The conversation is in the existence of it is what forces me. No, it's your insecurity that forces you.
Exactly.
My brother gets called names at times. He's actually also AJ. He's also been called a homophobe, right? And I'm like by a work environment, right? Somebody perceived
Right.
him as being homophobic, and he's like, be careful. Don't go this route with me because you're not gonna like the other end of this, right? So he had that situation go on, right? So it's like, again, you could be called names, you could be told this, you could be misconstrued. It depends on how you want to take that. Do you want to care? Do you want to fight against it? Are you denied your expression? Because this man is not denying no one's expression. He's only expressing what he thinks. There's only two genders. That's what it says at his table. I think there's only two genders. Change my mind. That forced you to sit at the table? No, your insecurity did.
Right. Or here's the thing. I think if this person sat down and really offered something, he would be open to hearing it. But you're literally coming to the table, you're being condescending, you're sort of talking down at the issue like it's ridiculous and it's professional. Like, well, you have to really give someone a reason, some weight, something with an anchor for someone to say, okay, I never looked at it that way. You're not giving any of those moments in this.
Right. Just to have that open door to be like, you know what? I can talk to him about this because it looks like he wants to have the conversation. And that's the thing that confuses me too, AJ. Pete, do they want to have the conversation or do they just want to tell people how to think and what to think? That's where I start to ask the question.
Well, yeah, that's what they rely on. That's why they're the loudest voices, the most aggressive, the first ones to, get community guidelines on their side, because they know that the shit that they stand for has no weight, and that the people who actually read and can challenge their positions, they're the ones that get marginalized, quote unquote, since the left likes that word. That's the real marginalized people.
The left loves that word. Just as much as the left is blind at everything else that I mentioned, the left is blind at the fact that there are only two genders and don't have the wisdom nor the backbone to tell their constituency that there is. We're willing to validate the fact that you want to cross to the other gender. We're willing to validate that there is intersectionality, but we're not willing to shake and reshape what we've all agreed upon into existence for centuries. Come on, we're not going to do this now. That's not progressive. It's actually regressive. If we're going to say, hey, look, this is the pillar in the house that we've built. There are two genders. Hey, if you want to go from there, sure. But we're not willing to concede that. And the left is the only side and the only political party that's willing to kowtow and default and to cave under peer pressure to say, well, AJ, well, you can't talk like that. There is different genders, and men can have babies.
Right. And then you go down for community guidelines because they're so imbalanced that they don't understand that they're talking a bunch of nonsense, and that you're not going to budge, and that just infuriates them. So now you're the hateful person.
You are. Yeah. You come off real hateful. AJ, you have to correct your behavior. We're going to keep banning you and taking your videos until you learn,
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Are so fed up with having to legitimize their existence on a daily basis when you don't have to do that, right? Like you were born in a way where like no one is challenging that, and that's something that I heard my boss talking about too.
It's actually not true. We don't want to get into my personal history.
Okay.
So you mentioned a couple of things there. I want to sort of
water for
there isn't. We used to until we realized that it was a legal liability. If maybe Danielle can get you a bottle of water, because the last thing you want is someone saying that I poisoned you. When I would never do that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can understand. So you mentioned.
I also want to make mention to everybody in the chat. There's almost 4 minutes gone by, and Crowder gave this person 4 minutes to communicate. The entire 4 minutes, by the way. Can you imagine AJ sitting through 4 minutes of not being able to get a word in? Like, I can't. I don't have that kind of patience. nor that mental fortitude to sit through that. That's
I do, because what I'm listening for is what the anchor is in this. Like, if there's something that I can really work with here, that's what I'm listening for.
So
I'm sitting here like if there's something that that you're actually presenting to me that I never thought about. That's what I'm listening for. And most of the time it's this fool la la, and then you see validate their existence. Why do I need you to validate my existence?
facts, that part. My question is what's your threshold? If you is it not a time span, or is it just a specific point you're waiting on?
It's just it's feeling, it's just moment to moment. So if I
Moment.
feel like if I feel it's really dumb, it's not gonna last long. But if I feel this might go somewhere, you might get a little more time. And if I feel like you're actually balanced, you get more time. It just depends on what it is.
Yeah. All right, let's play a little bit more, and then we got one more clip here.
Basic biology textbook, and then you immediately follow it up with how someone identifies.
Yeah.
I think they're two separate issues. Now, I understand that you're intersex. We talked about this with several.
Right. So then what do you think in relation to that?
Yeah. So we've talked about intersex. So another thing I would strongly disagree with, statistically, you said 2% of the population are intersex.
I said almost 2. I believe it's 1.7.
Yeah, I believe it's significantly lower than that, particularly in the Western civilization, much lower.
There's actually a dearth of data, though, as well, because what happens is doctors will play God and make a decision.
A dearth.
About what biological sex a child should have, and so they perform a surgery, and
doctors play God when they decide someone's gender. Come on.
Oh my gosh, doctors play God because you came out with a dick. Okay.
So doctors don't play God when they take a baby's life. I'm confused. This is so ill. It's not logically consistent. Doctors don't play God when they take out the cancer from you. Doctors don't play God when they repair your broken bones. Doctors don't play God. So it's only when it's beneficial to you, doctors don't play God. But when they have to make the executive decision, whether they say, hey, we're going to choose the baby over you or you over the baby, now they're playing God.
But they do that all the time. If you even look at people who detransition or people who went into the LGBT community and said, this shit ain't for me, and left, they often say they don't celebrate those people and say, hey, you made a life choice for yourself that works for you, and we celebrate that. No, they don't celebrate that because you don't want to be a part of that dumb shit. And so it's only one way. You have to go one way, and that's it. You can't deviate. You can't have a little bit of difference. It has to be all or nothing, and it has to be one size fit all.
Yeah. And this person continues on. We only got a few more seconds of this. I want people to see how these people of this community and of this of like-mindedness does not want to give you an opportunity to learn, even, or open the door, even, or to even hear the other side of the argument, because they're so defensive. Here it is.
Sometimes the parent isn't made aware, or like with foster children, right? Like the state makes these decisions. So you would believe it's higher than 2%? I don't have a printout of like a bio textbook with me, but I don't want to argue with you.
You referenced a biological textbook.
Like truths, right? We can talk about your opinion, right? But like I don't want to argue with you about science.
Sure.
Really.
Well, you haven't stated any irrefutable truths, so let's get to what the truth is.
Okay.
So you believe it's higher than 2%?
I said 1.7, and that's.
But you said because doctors play God, the number's likely higher.
Oh yeah, right, exactly, yeah,
Okay.
and because this is also like when data started being collected, right? Like, is after a lot of these decisions have been made. There are people that aren't told by their parents or by doctors and don't even know until maybe they don't get their period or something like that. That like helps them realize that they've been born different.
Right. So I want to make, do you believe it's higher than 2%, or you believe the statistic you've used is accurate? Because you just said biological truth. I want to make sure.
The statistic that I cited is as accurate as the information that we have available right now.
Okay.
But that information, as I just mentioned, is not necessarily fully comprehensive.
Sure. So you believe it could be higher. I want to make it
sure. That are made by doctors.
Okay. I would say the statistic is significantly lower from the literature that I've read. But again, let's remove intersex from the table, because when we're talking about transgender, we're not generally talking about intersex. So intersex Kleinfelders, there are genetic anomalies.
But that was my question.
Yeah. Well, let me answer. Can I answer your question?
Then why would their gender? So biologically, they're born in between.
Am I going to be allowed to answer at any point?
Well,
here?
but let me just clarify my question, because you said I'm talking about intersex and you're talking about transgender. But for me, this is related.
All right. So another 3 minutes go by, and we still don't hear the crux of what Crowder's response is to her 4 minutes of ranting. Right. So this is what AJ and I and others go through on a daily basis if we choose to go live on TikTok on a daily basis, constantly have to go through where we'll
Yep.
sit there and have to be the ones who listen and listen and listen. And I have yet to find anyone, particularly on the left, who are willing to listen back. They just rarely do. There's always a defense, there's always a rebuttal, and there's never a common ground. Like the other day, AJ, I was willing to concede. Yes, I agree. Gender is depending on what aspect of gender, because I think you have social, you have biological, and you have like sexual orientation. Yes,
Right.
there is social constructs and element of that. But where do we draw the line and saying, hey, there is some binary to this whole thing, right? Binary skeletal structure is a man, binary skeletal structure and a woman. Can we agree on that? And that's where, we have a lot of contention.
Well, no, they'll try to bring in like, some West African tribe in the middle of West Bubblefuck nowhere into the conversation. And like, well, if that's what you want to do, go to that tribe in the middle of West Bubblefuck Africa and go live with them and go be whatever you want to be. But in American culture, this is the standard. If you don't meet the standard, not my problem. Figure it out. And then also, if you don't meet the standard in America, you won't be killed for it. You're not going to not succeed for it. So who cares?
Yeah, and you know what they say, AJ? The reason that practice, that belief, or that behavior, or that expression ceased to exist or dwindled throughout the centuries or the decades is because of white supremacy.
Oh gosh,
It always goes back.
They don't even know what white supremacy is, because I mean, if you're willing to vacuum your child out your pussy, you are participating in white supremacy. Fuck out of here.
He said vacuum. Wow. Wow, that was a good one. All right, so let's bring it home here, right, AJ? So Charles Barkley had a hot take just the other day on TNT during a halftime show about Kyrie Irving. I mean, it started with Shaq. Shaq sounded more like, the older guy in the locker room, just kind of like, yeah, come on, Kyrie, like understand where you at, what's the weight of this. But Chuck took it a step further. Chuck, Shaq stays in a certain lane, in my opinion. He doesn't really go to a level that would I guess essentially harm a player, like in terms of money and playing status, right? But you know how Charles Barkley is. He likes to take it a step further, and I want to know what your take is on Charles Barkley's response here.
All right.
I think he should have been suspended. I think Adam should have suspended him. First of all, Adam's Jewish. You can't take my $40 million and insult my religion. If you're going to insult me, you have the right, but I have the right to say, no, you're not going to take my $40 million and insult my religion. I think the NBA, they made a mistake. We have suspended people and fined people who have made homophobic slurs, and that was the right thing to do. I think if you insult the black community, you should be suspended or fined heavily, depending. I saw they did the same thing to the kid in Minnesota this year when he made the gay slur. I think you should get suspended or fined. I think him acknowledging the Alex Jones thing should have happened with that too, because that dude's crazy. And I can't believe that we ain't talking about that. We're talking about this idiot. And when you say, if I say, hey, I'm agreeing with this movie, this book, or whatever, I'm agreeing with it. I'm not going to first of all, I don't do any social media, but when you're somebody as great as basketball like him, people going to listen to you what you say. And there's some fringe people out there, but like I say, I blame the NBA. He should have been suspended.
And their conversations are continuing with the Brooklyn Nets,
it's too
with
late
the NBA,
now.
but they're also looking at, they're looking at how do we move forward at this so we don't go through this again. No, it's not too late to say how do we prevent this. It's not too late to do that. But I see what you're saying.
I want to say that the reason it's too late, the NBA is giving in to peer pressure. If one of our players do something, they have the right, the team or the league has to do something immediately. If you just give in to peer pressure, that's the problem I have. This should have been handled already.
Kenny, let's get in.
All right. AJ, this should have been handled already. The NBA gave in the peer pressure. You can't take my $40 million, and you heard it. What's your take on that?
The only thing I agree with is that, yeah, it's too late. And caving under peer pressure is bullshit. Here's the thing. If hold on, hold on. Okay. I had that delay in hearing my own voice. It gets to me. But but sitting here and saying that the Jewish owner should have done blah, 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 blah. Well, here's the thing. First of all, I don't know what slur did Kyrie Irving himself use. Did he use a slur? No. So if I point out something that may have some sort of context or nuance or whatever, that's my prerogative, my social media, whatever. If you want to suspend me, do it outright. Because if you do it later, now it's peer pressure, and now you just putting yourself in a position for a whole bunch of legal stuff. So do it right up front, or leave me the hell out of it. Charles Barkley, I agree with him sometimes I don't. Here's the thing: Kyrie Irving said what he said. I don't think he should back down and apologize for it. It is what it is. And again, as I said before in here, and as I've said on my own lives, if the bar for anti-Semitism is this low, then damn it, whatever. I don't care. People speaking what's true for them or what they feel is the truth or their reality is their reality. Now, should I shut the fuck up because you're paying me money? If that's the only bar that you're paying me and I need to shut up and I can't speak my truth, then you take your $40 million and shove it up your ass, and I got shit to do. I'm like, I don't have time for this. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be some dumbass slave for you because I got to protect your sensitivities because the bar for what offends you is damn near to the floor. I'm not playing these games with y'all anymore. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, and I think that I understand that Kyrie. I didn't 100% agree with Charles here because again I agree with you. I don't think he said anything that was offensive or disrespectful. He may have indirectly offended a group of people, but I don't think he said anything or did anything specific to offend them. And I think he was very cautious of that. Right. Even in that post game interview, he was very cautious. He was defensive, but he was very cautious. My thing is if you are going to post things like that, be willing to take the questions and just to do there needs to be an address of like, hey, instead of saying this, tell me what it is that I'm promoting. How is this anti-Semitic? Because if someone's going to raise that question, the way I would have fielded, the reason why he got defensive is he couldn't see how to field that, AJ. That's what I'm saying. If I would have heard that question, immediately would have been like, tell me what was anti-Semitic about the movie. Did you watch it? And then go from there,
Yeah, you see how you just offer something to the conversation that made me think another way, because I'm believing that he got defensive because he wants to say it like he mean it, but he knows that if he says it like he means it, it's going to be taken out of context yet again and add another layer of people to be offended. And so it's like, damn it, like you're pressing me on this, and you know what I want to really say it like I want to say it, but I can't kitchen table talk it right here because motherfuckers are just going to take it out of context just because I'm Kyrie Irving. That's it.
Yeah, there was a misconception on both parts, the press and him. The misconception was when the reporter asked, "Why are you promoting this?" He said, "Stop saying I'm promoting. There needs to be clarification of what kind of promotion was it, right? Is he promoting anti-Semitism? I would address that. As a player, if I open myself up to this, like I said in my video, you open yourself up to things on and off the court, whether you apologize or you talk about it. Clearly, I was confused, AJ. Kyrie wanted to talk about it, but didn't want to talk about it. He said, all right, we're here to talk basketball. But you wanted to talk about it. So where are we? That's where I wanted to know. And you don't have the press to purge this better, to get the flower to blossom, so to speak. Instead, they went the angle of accusation. Instead of saying, why are you promoting anti-Semitism? I would have said, are you aware that the movie has anti-Semitic rhetoric in it? Oh no, it doesn't, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And just allow him to express what he perceives as it, right?
Right.
And then
Exactly.
that can open a door, because if he perceives it as non-anti-Semitic, and now the public could say, all right, what are we going to do with this, right? How are we going to see this? Obviously, the league doesn't see it that way, but
Fact.
the in all actuality, the Brooklyn Nets are not happy with it. And I don't think the Brooklyn Nets are unhappy with it because of what they perceive it as. I think they're unhappy with the press. They're unhappy with the kind of negative energy that they're getting from the press, right? Oh, you got to do something about this. Oh, this, that, and the. It's like we
Right.
have
You
a
gotta check. You gotta check your nigger. That's
that,
basically what they want to say. That's basically what they want to say. And if you don't check your nigger, we're just gonna keep defaming him. Let's call it like let's say it like we really fucking mean it here. Like this is what they're saying.
yeah.
Like stop with this subtlety and this passive aggressive racism. Say it like you fucking mean it. You know, boy, we paid you this money. Don't you go out there and say that again, or we gonna take everything. Say it
But do
like
you
you mean
think
it.
that Charles is on the side of that thought process, or Charles is just like, yo, if you're gonna get paid to play this game, then play the game and don't don't bite the hand that feeds you? Do you think it's
Charles is playing that old school cautionary tale stuff. You
mm,
know, don't really ruffle the table. It reminds me of that scene in The Help where not Viola Davis, Octavia Spencer's character was telling her daughter, she got her daughter a job as a maid, and she was like, "Hey, no sass mouth. Don't you go in there, no sass mouth." So basically, don't go in there being sassy with these white people. No, you go in there and be as sassy as you fucking want, and fuck y'all, because I've already figured out all the secrets. Because the point is, you infiltrate, you learn the secrets, and then you move it on and build it yourself. That's it.
yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, Nanny Shanny, yeah, we understand. We're trying to navigate through it. I just feel like the conversation needs to be had. I would love to see a one-on-one. AJ, I've even put it out there. Hopefully, the social media gods will get their way to the Kyrie Irving's ears, and by some sheer luck, he'll be willing to sit down with us and do a one-on-one exclusive and just
Yo,
express
I'm with
to us what his perception of, like, the movie, the books about the Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. What does that mean for him? How did he experience that? How does he see that in America? And so on and so forth. I think I would ask more questions that lead to more questions, because I think this is about expression, right? We can't just all of a sudden write a man off because he, has something
right.
posted because we don't agree
Oh,
with it.
and my bad. I forgot you were streaming on other platforms. I just saw Nanny's comment. Yeah, my bad. I didn't even it didn't
I
even
don't
dawn
know.
on me.
I don't know if it violates that. I mean, I'm still
Okay.
good. I'm looking at it right now. We're still good. Maybe it will later. I don't know. I don't care. But
My bad.
but I would love to sit down with Kyrie. I do not have, like I said in my video, I support and affirm and want him to have his free speech. There was a beautiful segment by Bernie, the host of that halftime show, by the way, with a rabbi. And the rabbi himself said, I would love to sit down with Kyrie. I would love to have a conversation with Kyrie. Now, I don't know what his posture is,
Right.
what kind of way he would want to sit down with him. But
Right.
the fact that he's unscathed, like, because when people are offended, they're like, why would I want to talk to that idiot or that, anti-Semite, right?
But
No,
here's the
this,
thing,
yeah,
like
go ahead.
I don't want to sit down with you, Rabbi, if I can't say it like, because if you could sit here and make this a quote unquote teachable moment for me, I need you to understand my perspective. So if you're not going to be open to hearing my perspective and understanding why I feel the way I feel, because we could sit here all day and sugarcoat it, oh, it's just this type of it is that type of no, it's people in your community that y'all are clearly protecting. And so it's like if I can't say it like I mean it, I don't want to hear what the fuck you have to say respectfully, Rabbi. Thank you.
Very good point. Very good point. It's all about the posture. That's what it really
Right.
comes down to.
Facts.
All right. So hopefully this gets to the social media world. And if it trickles his way and Kyrie is like, you know what? These guys right here, I don't mind sitting down with them. They don't matter to me.
Oh.
Yeah, I would love that. All right, guys, that does it for this show. This hump day. We'll be right back here on the Morning Fix at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, AJ, for being here. Appreciate you.
No problem. Peace out.
All right, guys. Take care.